The Journalistic Learning Initiative is a 501c3 nonprofit that focuses on improving student outcomes through journalistic strategies. And one of the projects we were doing this summer, we were in Washington, D.C. for the 60th anniversary of Dr. King's March on Washington, and working with about a dozen high school kids who were covering the event, and we were mentoring them. And in listening to these young people and hearing just how smart and sharp they were, a lot of my concerns as an older person about the future just kind of disappeared. They are bright, smart, and sharp, and I realized that so often we don't hear these voices despite all the problems that the older generation is leaving for them to tackle. And so we decided to do a documentary, which is now called The Future Is Ours, where we interspersed their comments on issues like gun violence and race relations and climate change with news clips. And it's a pretty powerful documentary. After completing The Future Is Ours, a lot of people who saw it said, "This is great. You've got a lot of really smart young people looking at all these issues, but what would happen if you put some of them together in a room and asked them to take a stab at actually trying to solve some of these problems?" And so that's exactly what we did. 4 months after completing the documentary, we went back to Rockford, Illinois, and put about 9 or 10 of these young people in a room. And what they came up with was nothing short of remarkable. The conversation that they had really focused on just how we can bring our country together. And it really sparked this idea of what we're now calling the Common Ground Project. The great thing about watching this discussion is seeing how respectful young people are modeling for other young people how you can talk about things that you may not agree about. We're looking to encourage high school students across the country to form common ground discussion groups. Find an advisor. We'll give you a set of guidelines on how to moderate a conversation. And then we've created a message board where you can actually report back and let us know what your discussion groups are coming up with. We think it's a really exciting and timely idea, especially as we're about to enter another presidential election, and many of these young people will be voting for the first time.